Yes.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to the Find Her Seat show. I am your host, Jennifer Etter, and
I am Susan Mobley.
And today we are here with Brandi Fowler. Very excited to have her here today. And so, some of you may already know if you saw the post about Brandi, is that she is a makeup artist extraordinaire. And she's going to give us some tips. But number one, because as you know, our show is all about empowering other women, empowered women, empowering others to help them find their seat at the table. And so we like to highlight women who are going out there and doing what it takes to make their lives, their children's lives, and everyone's life that surrounds them better. And so, Brandi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
We love having a boss babe in the house with us.
You know it? Yes, sure. I'm very excited to be here. And, that's really what it's all about is, like you said, just making my life better and everyone around me's lives better. So, doing whatever it takes every day. So it is a constant thing to just keep working towards. So
now, what's your background? You've got kiddos, or?
I do. I have one daughter, and I am a solo parent. I've been divorced for about 9 years now, and I do have a background in art as well. I went to a university, just like everybody else, graduated high school, thought I was going to go to school, and didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was just going to school. I've always, worked really hard and had part-time jobs while I went to school, put myself through school, but I still was just kind of lost. So when I had my daughter, that need to really do something that I would be able to kind of create that legacy for her. So, the fire was lit. So I really had that desire to go and do what, something that was going to make me happy. So I went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh and studied interior design. So that was good, but I still didn't feel like, that's where I was supposed to be. So the entire time, I've always loved makeup. I've always, been into makeup, and for years would do makeup, but never really even thought about doing it as a profession. It was just something I did as a hobby on the side. So I definitely had the art background, had the design background, all of that, all of the experience that I've had, all of my life, all of the jobs I've had have kind of led me up to what I do now. And they all kind of came together and helped me do what I do. So I've done a little bit of everything.
That's awesome. So we had a chance to kind of talk to Brandi a little bit before the show, and I see some people hopping on. I just want to go ahead and say hi to some people. I see Scott. Hi, Scott. Hi, Aaron. How are you guys? And I see Jennifer. So glad you guys are hopping on here and saying hi to us. We absolutely love you guys. Thank you, Jennifer. You look beautiful too, as always.
Now, how long? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was gonna say we had a chance to talk to Brandi a little bit, and so Brandi has 4 brothers. 3?
Yes, I have 3 brothers, and I had 2 stepbrothers also growing up. So I was the only girl in my family, and really had to, always be pretty tough, and it's pretty amazing that I am still so girly, but at the same time I can hold my own with the guys too.
Let's say you ended up in this girly profession after being around all these boys. You needed some estrogen around you.
Exactly, a little bit of that sparkly side come out. So that was just, something that I think was even more empowering, is just being able to really tap into that part of being, a grown woman, and discovering that, I think it was just so eye-opening for me. So
this girl, she's girly with grit.
Yeah,
what this is.
That's
she's
what we
girly
call
with
it, girly with grit. I like that.
Now, how many years have you been in the makeup industry?
So I have actually been in the industry for, professionally, I've had my business for the last 3 years, And before that, I worked for Bobbi Brown Cosmetics for 8 years. But, you know, like I said, I've always done it on the side, but it was something that was just like a side hustle and never really thought about doing it serious. But yeah, so I'd say, you know, 20 years I've been really doing makeup and taking it seriously.
Don't you love when you can take something that you're passionate about and, you know, make it something that's your career path?
Yes, that's everything.
And you can take your business anywhere.
Oh yeah.
I mean, have makeup will travel.
Exactly.
And you do tans as well.
I do spray tans also, and so I've really loved getting into that. Really finding, you know, a good product that I can stand behind. I mean, that's one thing about me. I will not just put anything on my clients. I don't, you know, show up with a kit full of stuff from the drugstore. So my products alone, you know, they deserve their own special recognition because I do really take pride in the products that I use.
And let's get into that. I do want to talk about
and a little side note, no, I have not had the spray tan yet, but I need it.
Yes, we'll get you tan. We will definitely get you tan.
We should probably have one of these shows where she's doing our makeup.
Yes, I know. I was thinking that we need some good tips.
Well, you guys actually both, I was going to say both of you are really good at your own makeup, so that's
and Erin said coach needs a spray tan. Yes, so yes, we are getting ready for a big event this weekend, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be getting ready with your tans, your nails.
I'm getting my mani today,
getting your hair done. And wouldn't it be amazing to have someone like Brandi to do our makeup for the event?
We need to bring her.
Oh, I would love that. I would just pack up and go with you. Follow
we
you
would have the best team party
that
ever.
Would be so fun.
That would be great.
So fun. And that's really, I mean, really the gist of what I do is just kind of follow behind people and you know, I'm their cheerleader. I'm their person that's there, you know, kind of lending that little bit of belief into them until they can feel warranted to do the things that, you know, they can do and really harness their own skills and believe in themselves. So
right. That's huge. That's huge. As we all know, when you feel really good and you've got your makeup on and you've got your clothes on, that you feel good and you carry yourself better. And a woman going into a job interview or just going into a PTA meeting, whatever it is your role is in your life, just feeling confident can definitely change your entire day and how other people perceive you. So your job is really important for a lot of women. I want to get back to the products because we kind of overshadowed that because I do, as we all know, products are important and we do want to share what products we love the most. And so I do want to get back to, tell me more about the products that you love and that you like to use.
So I am, you know, not just because I worked for Bobbi Brown for so many years, I am a big lover of Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. I really kind of sought after that position because I just adored her story and how she started and, you know, what she did on her own. And so, you know, modeling people, she modeled people like Estee Lauder, who was just, you know, such an entrepreneur. So I believed in everything that she kind of taught and preached. And that was, you know, women feeling empowered to enhance themselves, but not feeling like they have to change the way they look. So I've never really felt like a makeover, you know, I don't like that word. I don't like makeover, but I believe in products that are going to just enhance you and you're still going to look like yourself. So I really love a lot of things that she has. She is big on, you know, simple, and I like to keep everything simplified as far as, you know, very like few ingredients and things that are going to be dual purpose. So products that you can use and you can use it for 3 areas of your face, or, you know, it has dual purpose. So I like to stick to things, and then also, you know, good quality. So even if you pay a little bit more, it's going to be good quality. Like I can use my foundation for over a year. I'm not buying it every month. Yes. So those are things that I really look for when I choose products. And it's very rare that I use something that isn't either Bobbi Brown or Luminous. So those are two companies that I really stand behind and feel comfortable putting on my clients.
Fantastic. Did you have?
Well, what would you say for someone if they could only put, 3 items in their to-go makeup bag to keep in their purse? What would be your top 3 items?
Definitely a lipstick. So any lipstick. I mean, I think everyone should have a nude that they can put on without a mirror, and it matches their actual lip color. And then also a bold, a fun lip color. And I love to like push women to try, because they'll say,
I'm loving your lip color.
I don't wear red, or I don't wear bright pink, but I love to push that and say, you know what, try it. Like you may have just not found the right tone red. You may need a blue red. So a lipstick, and definitely something that you can use a lipstick as a blush also. So lipstick can be dual purpose, and then also something that you can use to tame your brows or enhance your brows, pencil, and something that you can use to hydrate your skin, like a spray, some kind of mist that you can.
No, I don't have that, so that's a good tip to know.
Yeah, I'm a big firm believer in hydration, so I think that's like the key. Hydration is the key to anti-aging. I hate that word, anti-aging, but if we prevent the skin from getting dry, we prevent wrinkles, we prevent the signs of aging. So it all starts with water and drinking water.
Jennifer's been doing a challenge, and part of it has been hydration.
Yes, because I'm not a thirsty person. I mean, coffee or tea or what have you, definitely. But when it comes to water, I'm just not. And so I know that my body needed more water. So of course, I always have to create something to hold myself accountable.
Give reward to yourself.
And also hold myself accountable. So if I've got a group of people that I say, hey, I'm going to go do this, then I can't hold my feet to the flame. Silently back out.
Quietly.
And we were talking earlier how we're both single mamas.
Yes.
And and Jennifer's got a working husband, so she's sometimes almost like single mom during the evening.
Yes.
But how are you balancing being single mom and working mom, and showing your daughter what a boss babe you are, but still giving her that quality time? Because I know firsthand that balance is, to me, it doesn't always balance.
It doesn't always balance, and I think that's you just nailed it. Is that I have allowed myself to not always balance. And as long as I am putting forth the effort to really, have separate time and be present in what she's doing, of course, she's always the priority. And she understands that because she is the priority, I sometimes have to be, gone for this. So she is really a trooper. And I think that, me just doing what I can and not being hard on myself to feel like I have to be perfect all of the time, allowing myself that, it's okay if like everything isn't perfect.
Giving yourself grace.
And giving myself grace with, all of it. My daughter texted me one day and she said, Mom, I have a whole avocado in my lunch. Like, no, it's not cut. There's nothing else in my lunch, just a whole avocado. And, it was like,
I fed you.
Oh, okay. I can't do everything. Like, this has been a hard week. So that's just it. When you're doing everything yourself and it all kind of falls back on you.
Don't feel bad. I forgot to even give my son his lunch last week.
And, it's
just, like,
oops. That's what happens. It's like, and your kids, they forgive you and life goes on. So I've tried to really model that for her, because I know she's hard on herself too, and she really has a high expectation. But, teach her that the failures and the mistakes are part of your success. That's part of your journey. That's part of growing. And if we're not growing, then we're backsliding. So, you really have to have all of that in order to just be your true, genuine self. So I think that, being able, and when I first got divorced, I think I was really hard and really it was so hard to figure out how to juggle everything and, feel like not guilty. I felt guilty for working. I felt guilty for being at home. I felt guilty for not dating. And it was like, am I supposed to go out and get somebody who's going to come in and save the day and be a dad? And that just, I had to like really be self-aware and say, you know what, nobody's coming to save me. I need to be my own hero. And I just need to say, like, it's okay. It's okay if things are not always perfect. So,
I think this is a huge message to a lot of moms out there and women out there who are putting a lot of stress on themselves and dealing with mommy guilt and all kinds of guilt. That, you know, what you're saying is huge, and I really hope that you girls are listening, or ladies, because this is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of us, we put way too much on ourselves, and we try to be everything. And you know, there's that whole not enough. And so,
Oh yeah. And as women, I think we naturally just want to take care of everyone. We want to nurture. We want to, you know, we do it for everyone, not just ourselves. So that's just, you know, when I talk about self-care, it's not just like going to get a massage or get my nails done. It is making sure that I can, you know, allow myself to just be human and just allow myself to not, you know, compare too much or feel like I have to live up to anyone else's expectations. You know, I just accept for what it is. And if I do something that, you know, maybe wasn't the way I wanted to do it, then I fix it. And that's the coolest thing about it, is you can grow and learn from everything you do. So.
That's correct. Definitely.
And don't you think that as a mom and a, you know, a working mom, that you're really teaching your daughter something that you could never do otherwise, by showing her how strong you are, and that it is a balance. I mean, I know I get mommy guilt all the time, and sometimes I'll say I feel like I'm putting in 5% to, you know, 50 things. Well, I need to focus and give, you know, 75% to something, and it's okay not to be 100% in every area of your life. And I think it's such a gift that we give our kids to be able to show them that we can be powerful women in the workforce, but we can also be, you know, gentle moms and wives, and, you know, that we can do it all, but we don't have to do it all at one moment.
Exactly.
It's okay to, you know, give ourselves some grace.
Exactly. And I think that's really been the most important thing to me, is to show her and model that for her, and, you know, empower her that she can do whatever it is she wants to do and take whatever path she wants to get there. And, you know, it's about survival sometimes. So she does understand, like, if I have to, you know, do messages for 5 hours, it's getting that done, and that's what has to happen. So.
Exactly.
Now, if you had to go back 5 years and tell yourself a tip or something amazing that's going to happen in 5 years, what would you tell yourself 5 years ago?
To believe in myself, to have self-worth, to not doubt myself, to not, you know, care about what other people think, and to jump in without doubt, you know, to just take every opportunity that comes my way. I feel like there was a time, and probably, you know, even 5 years ago, where I felt like there was still always like a little bit of question in everything I did. And, you know, I wondered, oh, can I do that? And then I would slowly talk myself out of things, or, you know, you start to sabotage yourself. And just having that belief in yourself is everything. I mean, when I really saw that happen, it was just such a powerful thing, because I actually really believed in myself, and I went for something. And even though there were days that I started to like, what am I doing? This is crazy. I'm running my own business. Like, what am I thinking? Oh my gosh, I'm going to go get a job. That's normal. You're going to have that roller coaster. You know, I kept just saying, you got this, you got this. And so I think just forging ahead and keeping going, and truly believing, like, you really have to believe that you can do something. And then to see that I actually could do it was just like, oh my gosh, I can keep doing this, you know? And so you have to start somewhere, and sometimes you need someone to lend you their belief. And so I really, when I'm doing makeup, it's become a lot more than just lipstick and powder for me. It's like connections beyond that for me. So many different women, and they're in all different stages of life and all different chapters, and they have different whys and they have different needs. But being able to like pull out of someone, you know, what they are needing or yearning for, and give them the confidence and empower them to go after something, even if it's one person, you know, like, that's my goal. Like, one person a week I want to empower. And so when people get out of my chair, you know, it's more than just like their face is made up and they feel pretty. It's a lot more than that for me. So it's pretty awesome.
So you mentioned the why, and of course, if you know me,
we're passionate about our why.
I'm very passionate, and we're passionate about the why.
Well, yeah, so, without the why, what do you?
Well, that's the gasoline, right?
That's the gas.
And so I want to know, what is your why?
So my why changes often. It has changed a lot. And, you know, my why was about survival. It was, which is huge because, you know, when you have to survive and that depends on it, of course, that is going to fuel what you do. And there's just no option. You're going to do it. And so that's how my business kind of started, was on that note. And I had to. And so I was out there, and it wasn't just sitting back waiting for people to come to me or waiting for recommends. I was out there, and I still do this every single day. You know, I get up and I leave my house and I go and I'm volunteering at a church, or I'm volunteering to whatever fundraiser, because that is how I'm going to reach out to people. And that is how people are going to start to know me. So it just all kind of blossoms from there. And so my why, you know, has changed a little bit. And I feel like now it's more, in the beginning, it was more about needing something to kind of feel like I could believe in myself and build my self-worth. That was, you know, when I was getting divorced. And then and now it's more about, this is what I do to support my child. This is how I, you know, make a living. So it's a whole different game when you don't have a full-time job, you know, backing you up. It becomes a whole different why. So sometimes people, you know, and a why has to fuel everything you do. Sometimes your why can be something really small, but you know, your action is going to match the why. So, you know, drastic action happens with massive, or drastic change happens with massive action. So massive action is pretty much what I do every day.
I love it, because we all know that in order to actually create something different, you have to do something different, and you have to do it in a big way, because those old ways, those old patterns are going to really try to pull you back into the old ways of being. And so it takes huge action, and it sounds like you are definitely on fire with that.
I mean, drastic, like drastic action, you know. And I used to think that you could just, I'll do this here and this there and every once in a while, but it's not, that's not it. It's waking up at 4:30 in the morning and spending 2 hours in the morning on personal development. I mean, if I'm not feeding into myself something good every day that builds my soul, how can I pour that into other people? So it's having, like, and I don't even like to call it sacrifice, but I call it investing in myself.
I like that a lot.
You know, because if you invest in yourself, then you have so much more to pour out to everyone else. So it may not be fun to wake up at 4:30, but that's what it takes. And, you know, I stay up until 1:30 sometimes, and the outcome is definitely worth it. And sacrificing days, full days to do makeup for an event that's, you know, a charity event, that to me is, I think, just as important. So
I'm definitely getting to love Brandi even more, especially with, I know, Erin, I think I love her.
And I think you said something really important that, you know, I know Jennifer and I have talked about, and that is how your why can change.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you don't have to discover your why this year and feel like that has to be your why for the rest of your life. It could change daily. It could change monthly. You know, you're constantly rediscovering yourself and what's important in the stage of life that you're in.
So true.
And how that can really change what your why was. You know, mine from, you know, like you, when I first got divorced versus now is drastically different. But it's always changing, but it's still, that passion is there.
There's still that burning in your gut.
Going and keeps you going so strongly. I think that's super important to remember.
It's true. And the difference of, you know, I see women, like, I have done makeup for girls who it was their first dance in high school. And then really cool, I mean, it makes me feel old, but one who just graduated from medical school, and I got to do her medical school graduation makeup. And that, talk about, you know, seeing someone change from one chapter to the next, and just how their confidence and how they as a person change. And I get to like be a part of that, and I get to experience some days that are just like the best days of their lives. And so it's really cool, and it's really cool to see the transformation that takes place with women. I mean, I get to be with every, you know, from all different professions, all different walks of life. We all have past trauma. We all have past experiences that maybe were painful, or things that, you know, we felt like, but you only build, you know, you only confine yourself by the walls that you build yourself.
Right.
So, you know, if we want to stack up the traumas and the pain, you can build a wall that stacks up and it's blocking you, or you can take those things and you can dump them out and you can move forward.
Or you can use them as steps.
Or use
Stack
them
up
as
and
stairs.
climb up
Exactly.
and get on up
And
get on
climb
top.
yourself, because you're that much more experienced and seasoned, and you have the strength because you know you can get through anything.
Yes.
So I don't like to like hang on to or be a victim, or you know, feel like I like for people to be able to say, you know what, that's the past, and I'm moving on, and I want to use that to be even better.
I love it.
So
okay, so you mentioned dance, and as we know, we are in the season of dances. Prom. Let's see.
Great dance.
You must find the gratitude, Aaron says. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, that's number one. No matter what, and this is something I like to tell people and tell my clients and tell my girls, is that every single thing that we go through is a lesson. What did I learn from that?
Yes.
What can I gain from that? I don't care how painful it is. And then have gratitude that somebody else played a role in a lesson. And let's say it was a hard lesson.
Yes.
Your heart's broken, or the whole I got a knife in my back feeling. If you could even have gratitude for the person that did that, because they played a huge role in helping you learn that lesson, that's
which is hard to see sometimes.
I know.
It's really hard, especially
it's
you know,
hard
with
to
a
do.
teen. I try to explain to my daughter things like that, and it's hard to see that, and it's really hard to, but I love that I have heard her say that and do that with certain situations. Like, you know, Mom, I think that was really bad, but I'm glad it happened because I would have never done this.
Right.
Or I would have never learned this. And again, it's like, of course, I mean, you have to be grateful for even something that looks, you know, horrible and feels awful.
Oh, yeah.
You have to find the gratitude.
Victim
yes.
In your life.
Yes.
But finding the gratitude.
Obviously, this mama is leading by example, because her daughter is for sure
awesome.
Getting a head start and sounds amazing. So let's get back to, I wanted to say, yes, positive development. Yes. So Christine Smith is my mom. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Yes, positive. All right. So I know that we've got dances coming up, and I really wanted Brandi to give us some tips. And I definitely want to every way that anybody can possibly find you in the state of Texas. I'm kind of spreading you out there.
Yes, I'm good. Yeah, plug, shameless plug.
But I want you to give us some do's and don'ts that you see, because I know you see.
Oh,
that was one of the things I remember. One of our first conversations online is you said something about my makeup, and you're like,
your makeup.
and she was like, and I see a lot of bad makeup, a lot of mistakes, and so I felt really good because, you know, I do like makeup.
Oh no, like I turn on this
I
live and I'm like, this girl must be a makeup artist because her makeup is perfect. I mean, perfect, but you didn't look like you were wearing makeup.
Right.
So that was the part that I really loved. And I always say to people, you know, you don't want your makeup to walk in the room before you do. So
I like that.
You can be bold and you can express yourself and your personality, but people should look at you and say, oh, she's really pretty. Like I look at you, I'm like, she has really pretty eyes, not like, oh, I love her eyeliner.
Right.
You know, so I think not letting the makeup wear you, you know, just very knowing how to enhance your own features, and everybody has something that they can really enhance and bring out. Like you probably don't have to wear, you can wear nude lips because your eyes are so electric. So your eyes just pop no matter what you do. So I think learning what your feature is that you can really pop and enhance. And young girls, I do teen makeup lessons, and all the time they are watching YouTube videos or watching things. And I have a hard time with that because it's fun and they can learn, but not everybody's face is the same.
Right.
You know, so they learn this. Well, I learned this routine, and she's like, I need a corrector and a concealer and a this and a that. And I'm like, you have perfect skin. Like, don't you dare put 12 products on your face. You know, take a little brow pencil and like highlight your arch of your brow, put some gloss on, and you're good to go.
Right.
So I like for girls to learn how to, you know, have a fresh, young, enhanced face, but still look like themselves, not cover up their beauty, but enhance it. So, and especially for young girls, my biggest piece of advice is, you know, don't wear too much. Like, simple, less is more all the time. Less is more with makeup. I feel like you can overdo it really fast, especially when you're young and have that pretty fresh skin. So,
Gorgeous
and
skin.
for, you know, women my age and women who are maturing, I feel like my biggest tip would be hydration. And we sometimes shy away from color the older we get, but I think it's the opposite. I think we need more color in our face and our lips and our cheeks, you know, to kind of brighten our faces. So I'll put on a bright lipstick. Like, I'm always in my car and on the go. And so I love to have a bright colored lipstick I can put on my lips. I'll take a little bit off my lip and put it on my cheek, and then like mascara, and I'm done.
I want to tell you, because you said that before, and I just keep thinking of my grandmother.
With the rouge.
Yes, with the rouge, because that's what she taught me too.
Yeah.
That's what she would do her little
pat the lip. Yep.
Yeah, so I love that.
And I love that. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, you know, and I love that classic beauty. I think there's so many women who are so beautiful and they don't even realize it, you know, and it's just like one little enhancement of their eyebrow and they're like, wow, I mean, I didn't realize that little step would make such a big difference. So, you know, we all don't have, I don't spend an hour on my makeup every day. We all don't have a lot of time. Everybody's doing a lot of stuff. So we need something that we can do in 5 minutes or less and feel polished and feel like we're put together. So I think if you can figure out those 1 or 2 products that you need to just look polished and pretty, then you're good to go. So less is more.
You've inspired me to go and get a bright pop of color.
I think that would be amazing, like a bright coral or something.
I actually almost wore a fuchsia today, but then
you need to. I'm all about the bright lips.
I know. I always go with the nude, but now I'm like, I'm gonna go
and I can't do nude. I feel like I'm dead with nude, you know. So I need that color because then I don't have to wear a lot of eye makeup.
And Jennifer said such a positive message. Yes, this has been a very positive show having you on here for
I'm
sure.
so glad.
I think you've certainly proven that you have found your seat. At the table. And that you are definitely.
I love having you at our table.
I know. I like
being at your table. And I got a really good coffee too.
We will end with a cheers to finding her seat. And we appreciate everyone for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
I do want everybody to know, where can people find you, Brandi?
Okay, so all of our Instagram.
Yes, so my handle on social media is @BrandiAnnBeauty. So it's BrandiAnn Beauty. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. My phone number is 832-600-2571. And I also have a website, which is also BrandiAnnBeauty at glossgenius.com.
Awesome.
And we can post those in the comments as well, so that people can
definitely
find you. And
because everybody needs to find Brandi, because not only is she going to make you not just look beautiful, she's going to enhance what you already have and bring out your inner beauty, but she's also going to fill you with positive vibes that are going to carry you throughout the day.
Absolutely. It's the whole person. The whole person is what makes the pretty, you know, so.
For sure. So, as I said earlier, we do have a big event coming up this weekend, and so I want everybody to stay tuned because we will be going live, and there is going to be a brand new product. It's going to be product line. Whole product line, and so we are definitely.
Bright color lipstick for over 60.
Yes. Well, and my grandmother always, that was the one thing too, is she always had her lipstick on. And it was always this bright or frosted pink or a bright pink. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. But yes, do look out for us this weekend and over the next few days, because we are going to go live, and who knows who we might have sitting at the table with us, because we are going to be around a bunch of empowered women and men as well. And so, but we will be getting other ladies to come and have a seat at our table. So again, we love that you guys came, and we absolutely
thank you so much for having me.
Today.
Thank you.
Love
I
having
really
Brandi.
had an awesome time.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
amazing. And what you're doing is phenomenal.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes. And so, all right, guys, everyone have.
Oh, there's my mom.
I
Love moms.
Thanks, Mom.
Support. Boss babes that made it boss babes, right?
That's right.
We all need to support a mom.
Behind them. Thank you, Mom.
Yes. All right, everybody. Have a
Enjoy the rest
day.
of your week, and check us out later this week. It's going to be exciting. Bye, y'all.
Bye.